Amarjit Kaur, November 9th, 2014. मैं चंडीगढ़ स्टूडेंट सी. It's around early 20s maybe. I was in B.Ed college, government college. क्योंकि मैं college ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ सारी disturbance, the whole newspaper, especially my brother, he was branch manager in State Bank of India. So just recently he transferred in Haryana, and that was the first hit in our house, the attack before even Harmandir Sahib, I should say that. We were waiting. I had less than 2 years old nephew and niece, 5-6 years old, I think, 7 years old. ਤੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ. ਨਿੱਕੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਵੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਐਕਸਾਈਟਡ, ਵੇਟ ਫॉर ਡੈਡ. ਐਂਡ ਫਾਈਨਲੀ ਵੀ ਥਾਟ ਹੀ ਡਿਸਾਈਡਡ ਨਾਟ ਟੂ ਕਮ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਸੀ. ਸੋ ਸੌਂਗੇ ਪਰ ਮਿਡਲ ਆਫ ਦ ਨਾਈਟ we heard not me but my sister-in-law, Bobby. There was a knock at the door, and especially no male was in house, grown up. So Bobby ji ne ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਮਾਰੀ ਕਿ ਭਈ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ if he can check. So but same time my brother called my Bobby's name ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ਾ ਖੋਲ ਦੇ. So she recognized the voice, but she couldn't recognize him because he was all beaten up, his head bleeding, and wrapped with his own turban, all face because dand vagera sara sattan vachiyan hoiyan si. So next morning I was third kid, 10 years younger than my brother. So ਜਦੋਂ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉੱਠੀ ਤੇ ਭਾਬੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ, don't go to school ਨਾ ਜਾ ਅੱਜ. In my first time in my life ਕਿ school ਨਾ ਜਾ, always go to school, right? So then she took me to the room. He was all covered with his own turban, but I could see the swelling, ਅੱਖਾਂ ਨੀਲੀਆਂ, ਸਾਰਾ ਸੱਟਾਂ, ਪੂਰਾ ਸਿਰ ਫਟਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ. Then it was hard. During the day ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਸਾਰਾ detail ਦੱਸਿਆ. The way he was leaving during the day after ਕੰਮ ਤੋਂ. So he was leaving from there. Then one of the old guys said, you are like my kids and don't leave because it's not good. And he listened the way, we grew up listening to the older people. So he listened and stayed there. And after a little while, I don't know, something came in his head that the same person where he was, sometimes on the weekend he didn't come. There was, still he had one room, rented. So I don't know, he was living in same house or same people. And after a little while, he said, ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ better ਹੈਗਾ, it's up to you. And then he said, okay, they are waiting for me at home. So he left, and on the way, I don't know what place was that, but he was out from the town. They left already, bus stop. And then bus was, they were moving, and in front of them there was one car. If I remember exactly, my brother told that time it was white car or something. Whole Sikh family was in that car. And first thing they put the petroleum on that car, and that in front of his eyes, he said, car rolled down, and you can think after that. So then my brother, then they came in front of the bus to stop when they saw the turban, or just they stopped every bus maybe, I don't know what was going on out there, because I was at home. So they tried to stop that bus, and all of a sudden my brother said, "Don't stop." And driver answered him, he said, "Tere kalle piche assi saryan ne thodi marna hai." So bus stopped, and there was, my brother was, I think, around 30 years or late 20s. Age was like that. He was young, person. And there was another turban guy, and he was like middle age, kind of, in 50s or something. That's what he told us. And when the bus stopped, everybody, they want everybody to come out. And first my brother said, he decided, I will stay in the bus, see what happens. And then other guy went down out, and he started talking to them. "Oh, I don't even care about Sikhi. My kids are, clean shaved, and it's just a family tradition," or whatever. And he talked to them, he walked away instead of helping the other Sikh guy, right? As being Sikh, to helping the other guy just like his own son. But he saved his life. And growing up in a Gursikh family, Amardari family, having Gursikh father, and he couldn't say, just, "I'm not Sikh." And then he said, I was walking out, all of a sudden closed my eyes, and then I did Ardas till 10th Guru. By the time he was the last one to get out. He said, "No, I don't have choice, so I have to get out." He was the last one. They called him, come out, otherwise they will. He said, "Outside maybe I have more choice to, do something instead in the, bus." So he did Ardas, and by the time then around 200 people or mob, just, he couldn't count, and I'm not sure either. So I wasn't there. And they, just with the, every weapon or sotiyan, whatever they had, rods, and they start hitting him. And he had a briefcase as long he could, and he fought with his briefcase with all of them. And he said after a little while, and all of a sudden he heard the voice, "Ruk jo." And all of a sudden there was peace and quiet. Sare ekdam hi ruk gaye. As a Sikh, he thought it's like Vaheguru ne order kita hai ki I still have more time to live to do something. So after that they took him in a, I don't know, there was place, a shared room, and somewhere they took him there. And somebody, just different voices, cut his hair, this, do this, this. And one said, we asked the doctor, doctor is coming. So my brother said, thoda jiha vi thode vich insaniyat bachi hai na, te just mainu jaan diyo. Thode kise doctor no, mainu koi thoda doctor nahi chahida. I don't want your doctor to touch me either. So middle of the night, there wasn't any bus going to Chandigarh. There wasn't anyone around, so he could go home. And happened to be truck was passing by, dekh ke ruk gaya. So ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਚੱਲਿਆ, ਜੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ, ਜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਇਸ ਔਖਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈ, ਹਿੰਦੂ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੀ। ਸੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਹੋਰ ਤਾਂ ਚੋਇਸ, ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੋਰ ਚੋਇਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, ਮੈਂ ਤਿਆਰ ਹਾਂ ਜਾਣ ਨੂੰ। ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਲੈਫਟ, ਅਤੇ ਰਾਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਈਵਨ ਸਟਿਲ somehow ਇੰਨਾ ਔਖਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋਣ ਦੇ ਬਾਵਜੂਦ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੇਰਾ just still I don't know Why? I still want to thank you, why Guru? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਬਟ ਸਟਿਲ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਉਹ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੀ। ਉਹਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ, ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਸਿਗਰਟ ਪੀਣੀ ਸੀ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਤਰਾਜ਼ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ? ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ, ਇਤਰਾਜ਼ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਇਤਰਾਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੀ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਿਗਰਟ ਪੀਤੀ। ਸੋ ਇੰਸਟੈਡ ਆਫ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਆਊਟਸਾਈਡ ਦਾ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਉਤਾਰਨ ਦੀ ਥਾਂ 'ਤੇ he came in Chandigarh in front of 21D sector, in front of our house. He dropped him off. And so I will go to when my dad find out that. So that was in our house. It's already attacked. Sikhi was attacked already. Then only thing my dad heard. So ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ, ਪਿਓ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਹਾਲਤ ਹੋਵੇ। It was hard. So then we heard about my exam got delayed and I came back home. ਫਰੀਦਕੋਟ district, very close to ਪਿੰਡਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, just I think 4-5 kilometers or maybe little bit more, because ਪਿੰਡਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੰਤ used to come to ਕੋਟਕਪੂਰਾ every day in Dana Mandi. So there wasn't any home thing anymore. So hardly anything was getting cooked, and there wasn't anything normal anymore. So then my sister, older than me, she was married. Her husband was in New Delhi. He almost got killed twice, but we were lucky. They both survived. And after that, it was too much, and one day my dad said, because he was very active, good citizen, always everywhere to seva vaste, gursikhi life. So gussa ਤਾਂ ਉਵੇਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ 1947 ਵਾਂਗੂ when he was a young boy, but its situation is different. Family wala banda, and without children you can live and do anything, and being in 60s or at 20, it was big, but soul is still in there with josh te hosh wali gussa aunda. So going through that, day or 2 days he stopped eating, and July 7th he left us. I don't know, we went to and his whole life, because he was a doctor himself and never went to the hospital as a patient, and they said it was hot summer, so dehydrate, he was, so they try to give him glucose, and sometimes I wonder, and glucose, something, all of a sudden his body jumped and he was gone. It was hard. Yesterday, like Panji Shergal, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ, we mostly see Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Gobind Singh from the pictures on the wall. But I always, as a Sikh female, I always think, why can't we see Guru in our father, Gursikh father? Why we have to see Guru in fake paper pictures, even we don't know they are real? And why our Sikh males, Gursikh males, because Guru gave them that his own Sroop. So that's what I always saw, something in him, my dad, my Pitaji. So he wasn't just my father, he was in whole town. After he died, even his government school, high school, they named after him. Even our street, even all the kids, all of us were not in town. The people, our family, neighborhood, they named the street where we lived after him. Even in Punjab, it came later. We already got attacked. We thought, Sikhi is already under attack. The way we talk about, that's why sometimes it irritates me when we talk on stages, we give speeches, and कि सिक्खी होनी चाहिए. But I was very lucky कि दोनों parents इस तरह दे मिले सी कि they were good friends. She was just the part of her was gone. And it was hard for me especially to see her alone when I saw two friends all the time together. And anything at that time, especially when they were married at age 15 and 20, and they grew together, and that was amazing looking at two people. क्योंकि आप सारे को लेनिया families, मासियां मामे सारे होंदे हैं. You see what's going on in other families. Whenever I heard from बंदे सारे एज होंदे हैं, I said no, मेरे पिताजी तो इस तरह दे नहीं गए. तो नाल कोई कहना नहीं सारे इवें थे. और my cousins, they said no, she's right. So I was lucky enough, किस्मत ने वधिया सी, पता नहीं कि कोई पिछले संस्कार एज सिख. और सो पहला पालन वाले हो जे मिले, then lucky enough to just move on, get the life partner, and so to keep the Sikhi. Vaheguru mehr kare, so we can stay strong. But we will heal when we will get justice one day. We will get that all the, even the yesterday or after that, as a young woman at that moment, never knew we were locked in. We never knew girls were raped or anything. We were listening, whatever was media telling us, and कि बंदे मारी जाते हैं या मुंडे मारी जाते हैं. But I never imagine now, and that's what I talk to Harleen mostly. I said, if कोई गुरु दी धी है, गुरु गोबिंद सिंह दी धी है, who can do that? How could that happen? What is missing? Something missing in us, right? I know it's painful, but Panji the can Shergil the can we have to fix ourselves too. That's it's not saying they did right. They it's not right ever, even but I always question myself. ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀਆਂ ਧੀਆਂ ਤੇ how could somebody look at even how could somebody even look straight at us, even think about us ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਧੀ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ. Insult. So that's the most painful thing for me. ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਮਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕਿਸੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ that's the brother. He's still with his family. He's still there. The mere mother te main donne we came to America 86 end of September, I think, something. I don't think I will ever understand 84, or I want them to understand, because there's nothing to understand. It's so, but only the message, understand our Guru to survive. That's all we can do. ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸਮਝ ਲੱਗ ਗਈ ਨਾ, then we might fight against that the way they did. Otherwise, ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, ਹੋ ਹੀ ਜਾਊਗਾ. ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀਆਂ ਧੀਆਂ ਹੈ, ਇੰਸਟੈਡ ਵਿਕਟਮ ਬਣਨ ਦੀ ਥਾਂ ਵਿਕਟਮ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.